What's up guys, back from the Konosuba video. In today's video, it is a should you summon for the New Year's Vanir, New Year's Wiz, and there is a 3-star New Year's Union, but I don't go over 3 stars in this videos as you'll probably pull her within like a multi or two if you do summon. She is limited though as well. These are limited characters, so let's get into them. They're both wind, by the way, so if you're needing some nice wind characters, they're actually not too bad. Vanir is more of a quote-unquote defensive unit. He has an earth damage cut, and he's actually pretty solid with Chris because they don't have like too many the only overlapping thing they have is, you know, Chris has an ult that lowers speed and Vanir has an ult to lower speed, but you can easily just use the other Vanir ult or use the other Chris ult. So he actually pairs pretty well with Chris. So let's see what he does. Also, side note, I like the card art here because one, Wiz. 2, the little Vanir doll is bringing Yin and Iris food, which is cool. Anyway, he has 6% attack when using magic attacks EX skill. He has 105 wind basic and a heal, obviously because he's undead. And then he has a 128 single target wind magic damage and a party tier 2 earth damage cut for 10 seconds, or 10%, almost at 10 seconds. Anyway, yeah. Pretty nice. That damage cut actually comes in clutch. If you watched, I think it was Light Dungeon. I had the Mitsurugi that does it for Dark, and it felt really strong, not gonna lie. So definitely could be useful for Dungeon if you haven't beat it already. Then he has a 156 single target, which turns into 207 if the target's debuff, which is huge because Chris debuffs really easily. And a party 20% ultimate gauge charge, which is pretty nice. Vanir can dish out some damage, plus one of his ultimates gives him magic attack, so you don't really have to worry about doing that. Plus Chris's ult that you'd probably be using, since you don't want to use the generic one, you want to use the wind one with Chris, boost attack and magic, so you should pretty much always have the buff up. And his ult slows, and 20% and the gauge reduction, or not the gauge, the cooldown reduction from Chris actually works out pretty well. But that's enough about Vanir. I definitely do think Vanir can like fall off rather easily, as all he's really doing is doing damage cut and ultimate. So when someone comes around that is better, or has a damage cut skill that has a better skill, or has, you know, its character with a better ult, whatever it may be, Vanir unfortunately won't be able to hang, but he's still really good for us right now. And then we on to New Year's Wiz, which I really like the card art with Aqua and Megami in the background. I'm also a huge Wiz fan, so that could be biased. She has a very good party trait actually, and if you don't have Vital Cosma, you might want to consider summoning. Even though I know to your Annie, Iris and Yin Yang, you know, you want to stay for that, but this Wiz is pretty good. What she does, she has a 3% attack when using magic attacks and a 3% attack when using winged attacks for all allies. This is a party trait skill. The reason this is also really huge, because if you have this Wiz, you can put her in the back on any magic team, because the default is 2%, so she pretty much gives you 1 extra percent. I know it's not crazy, but it's something, right? And of course, if you're using wind mages for whatever reason, it's going to be even stronger. She has the same basic as Vanir, which is 105 and self-heal. She is undead. Then she has a 105 AoE wind magic damage and a tier 2 resist shred debuff for 10 seconds. If you don't have Idle Cosma, you should consider summoning for Wiz, because not having red shred sucks. Now you can always get away with using a different character. There's Melissa, Ninja Chris, Miru. The only issue with it is if your only Red Shred is Ninja Chris, you're probably never going to use her off element because there's Legendary Chris. So this is a very good solid option. And then she has a 199 single target that is 273 if above 7% HP. Pretty like generic kit, all things considered. But if you don't have Auto Cosma, that Resist Shred debuff is going to be rather clutch. Now, moment you've all been waiting for. Should you summon? Now, that's a loaded question. If you have quartz to spare and you don't have Auto Cosma, consider maybe if you spend money, get the paid 4-star one that's going to be out, or, you know, throw a multi or two. If you are not in need of retro, you have Autocosmo, don't summon. Save, save, save. If you do have extra quartz, and you can, of course, but do keep in mind that the banner isn't super crazy. You can pull the old New Year's units, but I don't think they're really that good anymore. Maybe Aqua might see like a use or two, I guess, if you don't have the Greatest Earth units. But yeah, not the craziest banner. Yin Yin and Iris, and then the potential Railgun are definitely banners that if you're free to play, you should be saving for those instead. But other than that, end of the video finale. Unless you are in swimming in quartz or, you spend money, don't summon. Other than that, that'll be it for the video. I'll have the last 2 dungeon videos out in the next couple of days before I 180 into Star Rail content. So, if you're a Konosuba fan, unless some crazy news drops or a banner's dropping, don't expect a Konosuba video for a minute. Yeah, I'm trying to do both, of course, and with the new game coming out, I want to focus on that. But enough of that. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Konosuba content. I'll catch y'all in the next Konosuba video.